Kelsey Plum, I've been treated better than I've ever been as a WNBA player, which is, that's not an ideal one. It's not an ideal thing to hear from a player from their previous franchise, especially if you're the Aces, who are seen as like the gold standard for
Kelsey Plum just shook the WNBA with a truth bomb, and the Las Vegas Aces might need a serious timeout. She's calling out the squad, and Aja Wilson better be ready because the tea is scorching. From favoritism to behind-the-scenes drama, Plum isn't holding back. Did the Aces forget who the real MVP is? This drama is hotter than a game-winning buzzer beater.
Talk about Kelsey Plum. She just did an interview, okay, and she is very much excited. Scratch that, she is ecstatic to be at LA Sparks, and she's talking about how this is the best treatment she's received as a WNBA player.
Kelsey Plum just dropped the ultimate shade, saying she's never been treated better as a WNBA player. The timing? Impeccable. Right after Aja Wilson claimed her old teammates weren't championship material. Oh, really? Weren't they just lifting trophies together? The irony is thicker than SPF 100, and this drama just keeps getting better.
To this. No, this is damning. It really is. I gotta tell you. You see this quote. Quote, "It wasn't a championship locker room." Wow. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Holy smoke.
This drama is so fiery. The Las Vegas Aces might crumble before next season even begins. Honestly, at this point, don't be surprised if Kelsey Plum pulls up to her next game rocking a good vibes only tee while sipping a margarita. Let's be real. When a player leaves and immediately talks about how much better life is, it's a clear sign something was off. And let's not pretend we don't know who was running the show. Aja Wilson and her championship dictatorship.
Going on in Vegas. Now, Aja Wilson has definitely had drama of her own going back with these old tweets, which I'm not going to go down that storyline. But there has been rumblings that basically, Kelsey Plum wanted to get the hell away from them. Meaning Becky Hammond and Aja Wilson. And I'm here to tell you guys, it is looking like that way because none other than Kelsey Plum actually fired shots at the Las Vegas Aces in her opening press conference.
That's the thing. Aja Wilson was always the face of the Aces, the poster girl, the main character. Meanwhile, Kelsey Plum was putting in the real work, dropping buckets, running the offense, and making defenders question every life choice that led them to guarding her. But did she get the same credit? Nope. Aja soaked up the spotlight like a toddler clutching their favorite toy, yelling, "Mine." And now, with Plum gone, Wilson suddenly has things to say about how the locker room wasn't championship enough. Ma'am, y'all won 2 championships. What exactly was the issue? Did Kelsey breathe too loud? Did she refuse to hype you up every 5 seconds? Or did she just get tired of playing sidekick in a league where she deserved to shine?
Some seem to think that Plum may be taking a subliminal shot at her former franchise, while others just think she's trying to pay homage to what the Sparks have provided for her at this point. The rest of Plum's quote after the sentence wrote, "It's been first class. This league is going to continue to grow. I know that this franchise is extremely valuing how to support players in any way that they can. I'm excited to be a part of the new wave and will be able to show players LA is the place you want to play."
Right now, it's looking like Aja Wilson thought she was assembling the Avengers. But surprise, she was the villain the whole time. And let's take a moment to talk about Kelsey Plum's glow-up. You ever see someone leave a toxic situation and immediately start thriving? Like when your friend ditches a bad relationship and suddenly their skin clears up, they get a promotion, and their ex starts posting sad song lyrics? Yeah, that's Kelsey. She left the Aces, and now she's out here living her best life, probably sipping mimosas at practice while getting foot massages. She went from sidekick to superstar, from overlooked to overbooked. And Aja? Well, the Aces are looking real shaky right now. That so-called dynasty? More like a reality show. Too much drama, not enough wins. Honestly, it's giving Real Housewives of the WNBA.
They were seen as the top team in the entirety of WNBA. They were seen as the best organization. They had the best facilities, and the team that treated their players the best. Then obviously we just saw The situation that happened with like the Erica Hamby, which wasn't ideal, which obviously was not ideal in any way, the Hamby situation, and as well as the Erica Hamby situation, we saw just weird stuff going on. We're seeing a mass exodus of players. Kelsey Plum.
Aja Wilson is over here wondering, wait, am I the drama? Yes, Aja, it's looking that way. But the best part? Kelsey Plum isn't even bothered. She's too busy winning in life while Aja is out here dropping subliminals. Kelsey's thriving like the lead in a Netflix rom-com, probably about to land a Wheaties box cover and a reality show deal. And honestly, she earned it. If the WNBA has taught us anything, it's that it's just like high school, full of drama, a queen bee running the show, and at the end of the day, the real winners are the ones who walk away and glow up.
Fell to the New York Liberty in the semifinals. In an interview with Callie Finn of the Las Vegas Review-Journal on Monday, Wilson acknowledged that her team, quote, fell short of their goal. Quote, it wasn't a championship locker room, Wilson said. I mean, out of the gate, going into training camp, I was like, we ain't got it. Wow. Okay.
The funniest part? Aja Wilson is acting brand new. 1 minute, she's hyping up her teammates like they're the best thing since sliced bread. And the next, she's saying, out the gate, I knew we didn't have it. Ma'am, which is it? Were you lying then, or are you lying now? Because the math ain't mathing. And let's not forget, Aja really called Kelsey Plum privileged. Oh, so now she's privileged? When Kelsey was out there running the offense, dropping dimes and scoring like her paycheck depended on it, nobody was saying that. But the second she leaves, suddenly she's Becky from the suburbs? Make it make sense. This drama is better than anything on reality TV right now. Aja Wilson has been playing both sides like she's in the WNBA and the NBA at the same time. 1 minute, it's all about team chemistry. Oh, we're like family. My teammates are amazing. Best locker room vibes ever. Fast forward to today, and suddenly she's like, yeah, I knew from day one we weren't built for this. Huh? Somebody grab the popcorn because this plot twist is giving season finale energy.
You're trying to bring out Look at me, it's you.
I put myself out there on the front because I don't want my teammates, here I go about to cry, because I love them so much. It's hard. It's really, really hard. And I don't even know why I'm crying. But I love my teammates so much that
So let me get this straight. You won 2 championships with these people, smiled in their faces, gave motivational speeches about how much you believed in them, and now you're telling us you never actually believed in them? Girl, make it make sense. And calling Kelsey Plum privileged? That's wild. Was she not out there grinding just as hard, if not harder than everyone else? What VIP treatment did she get that we don't know about? Did she have her own private locker room with a hot tub and personal chef? Because last I checked, she was putting in work like the rest of the team. Meanwhile, Aja Wilson is switching up her story more times than a politician during election season. 1 minute, she's the team's biggest cheerleader, talking about, we're a family, we have the best chemistry. And the next, she's acting like she knew the Titanic was sinking before it even left the dock. At this point, she's gaslighting the entire WNBA fan base. We have the receipts, Aja. We saw the press conferences, we heard the interviews, and you can't just rewrite history like we don't have evidence of you hyping up your teammates.
Us as black women, Paige reminds me a lot of you. Like, you say you're not really about me. And she knows how her privilege has gotten her to that point. And also, like, she's good at basketball, obviously. But, like, she understands her privilege and, like, pushes her over the top.
At this point, the Las Vegas Aces are looking less like a dynasty and more like a sinking ship, with Aja Wilson running around blaming everyone but herself. No wonder players are leaving like it's the last day of school before summer break. Meanwhile, Kelsey Plum just signed with the Sparks, and she's already thriving, and she hasn't even played a game yet. That's how you know she wanted out bad. The ink on her contract was probably still wet when she started posting. "I've never been happier." Energy all over social media. And let's talk about Aja for a second. Whenever things don't go her way, suddenly it's everybody else's fault. Like clockwork. When the Aces were winning, it was all, "We're a family, best team ever, love my squad." But the second things got rocky. She hit us with the, "Actually, my teammates weren't championship material." Girl, which is it?
A championship locker room. Now, in case you're wondering, I mean, they've lost a bunch of players in a variety of ways. Alicia Clark, gone, out of there. Kate Martin, Tiffany Hayes, they went to the Valkyrie. Sydney Colson went to the Indiana Fever. And Kelsey Plum is gone.
Let's be real. Nobody wants to leave a back-to-back championship team unless something behind the scenes is seriously off. And judging by the number of players sprinting for the exit, that locker room must be toxic. Kelsey Plum didn't just leave. She escaped. She pulled a full Shawshank Redemption to get out of there, and now she's with the Sparks, radiating, "Life is amazing." Energy like she just left a bad relationship and finally found a man who actually texts back. Meanwhile, back in Vegas, Aja Wilson is probably looking around wondering why her so-called dynasty is falling apart like a dollar store puzzle. Spoiler alert. It might have something to do with her pointing fingers instead of taking responsibility. A true leader owns their mistakes, lifts up their teammates, and fosters a winning culture. Not just when things are going great, but especially when they're not. And let's be clear, this isn't just about Kelsey. Other players have left, and guess what? They're thriving too. There's a pattern here, and the common denominator isn't them. At this rate, the Aces are about to become a one-woman show, with Aja Wilson out there playing 1-on-5, blaming her teammates mid-game like, "See? This is why we're not winning."
You know, like Coach said and Reagan said, like, we're here to compete. So there's expectations to win right away. And I know for me, there is a level of intensity and work ethic that I do bring to the table, but really just I'm grateful for this opportunity to show that being one of the best players in the world and just taking this franchise back to where it's been and where it will continue to go. So again, I just want to thank ownership support, and really just means a lot that everyone's here, and it's a new day in LA, so we're gonna hoop.
Aces fans are spiraling right now. Their so-called dynasty is crumbling faster than a sandcastle at high tide. Players are jumping ship, the drama is endless, and now the fever just snatched up. Sydney Colson, another veteran gone, another crack in the foundation. Aces fans are sitting there like, wait, weren't we just celebrating a back-to-back championship? What is happening? I'll tell you what's happening. Everyone woke up and realized playing for the Aces feels like being trapped in a reality show with no exit. Now, the Fever are out here capitalizing, scooping up talent like they hit the jackpot. First, Kelsey Plum saw the light and bolted. Now, Sydney Coulson is out. Who's next? The team trainer? The mascot? At this rate, the only thing left of the Aces' so-called dynasty will be Aja Wilson and a pile of regret.
Be damned if they didn't go get Sid! Ah! They went up and snatched Sid Coulson from the Aces. She is 100% vibes. She is 100% going to be a backup for Caitlin. It's going to be fantastic.
They spent the whole year talking big, flexing those back-to-back championships like they were untouchable. Now, they're sitting in group chats, panicking, wiping real tears, and wondering why their so-called dynasty is crumbling. Players are leaving, left and right. It's looking less like a team and more like a bad breakup.
What do you mean Sydney Coulson is joining the Indiana Fever? What does that mean? Indiana is just being so fucking greedy right now. They took DB, they took Natasha. Now they got Sydney Colson. Like, why would they take Sydney?
Sydney Colson joining the Fever is the plot twist nobody saw coming, but it makes everything even funnier. She was the Aces locker room glue, the vibe curator, the comedian, the energy booster. Now, gone. That locker room is about to feel real empty. Meanwhile, the Fever just keep stacking wins before the season even starts. They already had Caitlin Clark selling out arenas, Aaliyah Boston dominating in the paint, Sophie Cunningham bringing the attitude, and Dewana Bonner adding veteran firepower. Now, they bring in Colson for leadership and championship experience? Fever fans are thriving, while Aces fans are scrambling, wondering how their so-called dynasty is crumbling. Oh, y'all thought the Aces owned the league? Not anymore.
Caliber team, and every edition it gets better and better and better. Sid Colson, welcome to fucking Indiana, man.
Aces fans are spiraling, trying to convince themselves their team is still on top. Oh, we don't need Sydney. We're still contenders. Yeah, that's what y'all said about Kelsey Plum, and half the roster that's now thriving somewhere else. At this rate, the Aces might as well replace their bench with mannequins, because the way players are leaving, Aja Wilson is about to be running 1v5 every night, looking around like, where did everybody go? Let's be real. The so-called dynasty is crumbling. When players start bailing this fast, it's not just about money or contracts. It's about something behind the scenes. And Aces fans? They're still in denial, acting like everything is fine while their roster turns into a clearance sale. Meanwhile, Kelsey Plum is somewhere thriving, probably sipping a smoothie and scrolling through Twitter like, wow, glad I dodged that mess. The Sparks are looking fresh, the Fever are building something special, and the Aces? They're out here scrambling to keep things together before it all completely falls apart. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.